Says we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. I said we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Says we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Say we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. I said we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that.
Man, that ain't no crime. And that ain't no crime.
Hello.
What? Huh? Who? What? Huh? What?
Welcome back, everybody. Another
Where?
Friday night with my favorite people.
Where's his hand going? Oh.
That's right. John Cena might be here, but
Listen,
yeah.
you let John Cena show up in here, I will act a whole fool.
Yeah. So what's happening, funky people joining us, tuning in on our live stream on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. You can hit the Twitch stream anytime you want at gangstagrass.tv and chat with us. Join in. Let us know what you want to talk about.
Who that is?
And for anybody who's tuning in across the universe, it's said in our contract that, you know, in perpetuity across the universe. So if you're out there, my glibglorps, what's up?
That's right. That's right.
We stand in solidarity with the Glipglorps. They've been held down by the Gleepnops too long.
Wait,
But
what?
we're not going to get political on this live stream.
Yeah, we can't get political here.
Fam, I'm full Gleep Knob. Hold on a second. When did this happen? I've been Gleep Knobbing my whole life. Heck is wrong with y'all?
I'm canceling you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the kind of highfalutin conversation you're going to find here with Gangstagrass.
That's right.
Highfalutin.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've got a cool guest tonight. We are guesting with Abby Lee Hood, who wrote a really cool piece for the New York Times, and we already knew Abby. Abby's written tons of stuff about Gangstagrass, big fan, and so we're really excited to get to talk about this piece and about hillbillies and the progressive history of hillbilliness.
It's true.
Yeah.
But before that, I'd like to say I'm what, 2 days away from being finished with my quarantine after traveling.
Hey,
Oh,
hang in there.
boy.
You can do it. You can do it. We believe in you. And now that you're how old? And recently had a birthday?
That's right.
13?
That.
Happy
okay.
birthday, Pharaoh.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to
Thank
Brian
you.
Farrow.
Thank you. I'm
And,
officially
Just turned 13. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Some of
officially
you,
the age
He's gonna
I'll
be
stay
having a
after
bar
the rest of my
mitzvah.
life.
It's gonna be.
Yes. that's what
We're getting
we need to
ready.
do.
Listen, dude. Let me just tell you something. There is nothing better in the world than getting like 44. 44 is dope because at 44 you can officially stop giving all of the fucks. Like, you know what, man? I ain't got time for none of y'all.
Yo, let me tell you how young I still am. I haven't even thought about that yet. Not
You
even
over
on
here.
the radar yet.
You over here still giving fucks about what people think about you, man. Listen.
Speaking of Pharaoh's birthday, we should tell the story about the birthday a couple of years ago when we were in the UK.
I love
Yeah.
the story.
Played a show on Pharaoh's birthday in London and did an interview backstage, press, which was fine. It seemed like a fine interview. Everything went totally fine, and as far as we knew, everything was about to be reported as it should. And then
But
the article came out.
We should mention that the format of this interview was, and we've done stuff like this before, where guy comes in, "What's up, everybody? I'm Roger. I got a tape recorder here." And it's like, "Oh, sweet, this is for a podcast." No, it's actually for a written format article, but not to worry, because I'm going to take this interview in audio form, and then it will be transcribed. Now, it will be transcribed. I don't think that meant by him, and I don't think it was any time remotely around the interview when it happened. And the people in this interview, like, how many people were even in the room at the end of it? Because, like, they got all the words right that we said, but it was like, I would say something that was very clearly what Dolio had said. Like, it would be like, "Danjo, well, as one of the MCs in this band, I like to rap about this, that, and such and so."
It was like,
well,
and
I
it was
really
like
love
Rich.
playing the banjo. And
Wrench was like, and me as a black man.
Which I didn't say that time. That was other interviews where I've actually said that.
But in addition to all of us, like, you know, getting misquoted as each other and swapping lines, somehow a whole other person was constructed in there. It's like, okay, so you can kind of figure out, like, this says Dolio, but it's actually Dan. This says our son, but it's actually Pharaoh. But then there was a guy named Matt.
Yeah.
Well, half of the stuff in this interview is quoted to Matt, and we're looking at this, we're unpacking it, like, it's not consistently one person is another person. We're like, who is Matt even supposed to be? Like, I don't know who Matt is, but I don't even know what he was thinking or where he got that.
And it turned out it was Matt's birthday. Matt said in the interview it was his birthday.
Yeah, it was me and Matt's birthday. We had, you know, I don't know where he came from, but it was a good time.
And
That's why
Matt's feelings are going to be so hurt when he hears what you said about him not being in the band.
I think that's why he left the band. He wanted to share his birthday.
Not even being a real person. I mean, I think that's pretty low, guys. I think we should probably acknowledge Matt's humanity and his existence before we, you know, keep making fun of him like this.
Matt's just mad because he didn't want to share his birthday anymore.
Buddy, wherever you are out there, you know,
we love you, dude.
And the triangle is an instrument.
By the way,
Happy birthday, Matt.
I'd like to say that when I was younger, I had an email that was just a completely different name, completely different everything. And that email's name, the person that had that email, his name was Matthew Broderick.
Huh?
You know Matthew Broderick's a real person, right?
No, I didn't at the time.
What?
I didn't. I had no idea at the time that Matthew Broderick was a real person.
Welcome to the generation gap within Gangstagrass.
I have seen 6 movies in my life. 3 of them were Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Hey guys, apparently there's an issue on Facebook. I need to apologize to Larry Ross.
Larry, what's up, buddy?
Larry says he's a fan of our streams, but I curse too much, and so
Really?
You should hear him before we go live.
And you know what? Like a year ago, I would have been like, "Oh well, I don't give a." But I've been trying to just sort of reduce a lot of the negativity in my existence, and trying to get rid of a lot of the hatred that exists in my brain, and so on and so forth. And so, for Larry's sake, I'm gonna bring it down a bit. I'm gonna do my best. If I slip, that's just how I do. But you know what? I do curse a lot. Like my 7-year-old Alex is like, "Dad, you curse a lot. Like, can you stop cursing?" And I'm like, "I don't give a all right." So for Larry and Alex, I'm gonna dial it back.
Yo, what's happening with your head?
It's there.
Okay, there we go.
I still feel it, so it must still be there. For
it's
Larry
bad.
and Alex, I'm gonna dial it back a little bit, just because. Larry, you seem like a good dude, and I guess my son's alright too. So yeah, I'm gonna. That's my New Year's resolution in February.
Well, it's Chinese New Year.
It's my February resolution. Yeah, it's my Chinese New Year resolution. Yeah.
There you go.
Year of the Ox. Shout out to all my Year of the Ox people. Yeah.
Not me.
I will say this: I will never feel that I am in a position to be judging anybody for cursing too much, because like one of the only shows that was like very, very clearly 100% do not swear on this show was playing at the main stage.
I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it was Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival.
Festival that was like, you guys are now playing at the main stage of Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival, and there's no cursing on the stage. So we're like, everybody, no, clean show, okay, rappers.
The organizers, right, say this to Wrench. They're like, "All right, clean show." And then Wrench turns around and looks at us, and he's like, "I'm looking at you guys. No swearing on this show." And we're like, "Yes, boss." And then
I get up and I tell an anecdote that I've told a few times before, which I generally swear in, and I just go into autopilot. And
anybody else hear that anecdote and hear him start off on it and just go, "Wait. I know how this. Wait, no," and then just jump all across the stage in slow motion and go for his microphone, but it was too late. I was just like, I'm gonna let him.
Wonderful.
I am the one. I am the one who knocks.
Now,
on stage.
There's pictures of it, and you can see everybody in the band's faces like this.
See, you can see the MC of the stage, who's this guy in like overalls and like a straw hat, and just his face just is drained of all vitality in that one moment. It's like 4 p.m. I think. It's like the family.
Yeah, it was middle of the day, and I was like, you know what? He signed the check, so I don't care. They ain't gonna get me.
They did sign the checks. They haven't
It
signed
was
any
not
checks.
me.
But shout out to Gray Fox, because I love that place. And
Oh, that was such a good time.
I've
dude.
been back with another band, so they didn't like blackball all of us.
Wait a minute.
We did.
I know that.
We did tear down the party tent though.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Well, that was
We
good.
ripped that thing to shreds.
Good and sweaty one.
Ganja, they let your other band in though, because they didn't know, because you had entered it as Lanjo in order to conceal the fact that you were in Gangstagrass.
Yep.
His name is Han Blackner. Totally different dude.
That's
Totally
that's what I
different
go
dude.
as.
You know, I've also had some trouble not cursing at the wrong shows, or cursing at the wrong shows. And
Oh,
not
man.
cursing at the wrong shows.
Yeah, you really have.
Because
You
there's several
really
times.
have.
There's a lyric in one of the songs we do.
Nickel and Dime Blues.
Yeah, I think it's ass or butt, and we say
Uh-huh.
it really.
Oh, that was the one that was on television.
Done that 100 times, dude.
I was like,
Done that 100 times.
Like,
No, it was
so I
morning
sing lead on that
television.
song.
It was morning television.
It was morning TV. So
All they do on
I
morning
sing
TV
lead.
is drink anyway. What are they going to be mad about cursing?
No, it's true, but here's the thing. I made the mistake of asking them up front. Now they were like, yeah, so no swearing, and I was like, does ass count as swearing? And they were like, haha, no way, that's totally fine. And then 5 minutes later they came back like, but maybe you shouldn't say that. And so I was like, well, now that I've asked, I'm going to not say it. And then Pharaoh does a great job on the backing vocals on that, but we kind of have to like give each other a look maybe before we do that line. Just be like, which one are we doing this time?
Right.
Yeah, I think he was getting some tea while they came back and told you that.
He might have.
That
His
sounds right.
brain was
A lot
getting
of tea.
I'm not really sure.
A lot of tea backstage there.
I think after that one, I mixed it up for a while. Like I was saying butt at the wrong shows and ass at the wrong shows. So I think I got it right now. Actually,
We'll
we
never
don't
know.
know.
It's been a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed there's tea. I feel like there's a lot of tea backstage. I feel like people might think that's a euphemism. It's not. It's literally, we drink a lot of tea.
Yeah.
Pharaoh especially. Pharaoh drinks a lot of tea.
Well,
That's not code word for cocaine, guys. It's tea. It's
Wouldn't
literal
be.
tea.
It wouldn't
For
be for
people who use
cocaine.
their
How
voice.
would that be cocaine?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
would be
know.
for.
Good bridge. It would be some other thing.
Yeah.
Most
By the way,
I've got
in the Twitch stream, I just want to say Lily in Chicago is shouting out the new Our Son track, House of R. She's
of
loving it.
R.
And that went out to the Barnstormers recently. So anybody that wants to get that kind of stuff right now, anybody signed up with the Barnstormers just got an exclusive Our Son, the Voice of Reason track sent to them to download, and they are enjoying it right now. And if you
Produced by
want,
Alexa Gold. And I have to say that every time because she's amazing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So produced by Alexa Gold, versus by Our Son, the Voice of Reason. That's in there. Some other goodies are in there. So everybody that signed up with the Barnstormers is getting exclusive behind-the-scene content that is really awesome. So if you're watching right now and you don't know what I'm talking about, go to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers and find out, because it's awesome.
It's true. It was a really good release this time, and Linda, Gangstagrass Rules in the Twitch chat, was saying that given us a request for the Wrench dance party from a few Saturdays ago, and she's feeling in a sad mood that day, and it really brought her up, and she was dancing, and so I'm really excited to say that we are going to have that one up on the Barnstormers too. Speaking of the Saturday dance party, Dolio, you've got tomorrow, right? For some reason we cannot hear Dolio.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Hi. Hey, bud.
A little bit low though. Maybe turn it up
Hold
a
on.
lot.
Can you hear me better?
Oh,
now?
that's so good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, given the weekend, it may be a bunch of slow jams, but either that or some hip hop love songs, or a mixture of the two.
Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've actually been thinking about that.
You got the ODB Mariah Carey joint on repeat.
Well, sure, but also I've been thinking we should do a hip hop love song, right?
I mean, another one.
What's Banks of the Ohio?
I
Yeah.
left myself wide open for that.
Or there's Honey Babe.
Honey Babe. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but
So much.
that's a long time ago now, right? We should
Yeah,
probably
true.
do
It's a
another
fair
one.
I
point.
want to ask a question to the bands. If we have time here before our special guest comes on, I would love to hear from each of you what you would say your favorite hip hop love song is.
Oh, now that we
Oh.
found love, and international
Heavy-
players,
Ah,
right?
is that really a love song though?
Which one?
Yes, don't you think
Which
so?
one? Wait,
It
which
International
totally is.
Players
It's like the
Anthem?
sweetest song.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
International Players
Yeah,
Anthem. It's like
dude.
the sweetest song. That's totally a love song.
I mean, I Know by De La Soul,
Mhm.
Electric Relaxation,
Yeah.
and of course, easily the greatest hip hop love song ever, You're All I Need by Meth and Mary J. I mean, Come on.
Mine,
That's the
mine is You and I by Doe Beasy.
yeah. That's a hot joint. Yeah,
That
yeah,
one,
that is
it
a
goes-
hot joint.
It goes hard, and then of course there's actually Show Me by 5-1.
Oh,
Yeah, 5-1 joint Show Me is pretty dope.
yeah.
I gotta be honest. Like, my favorite isn't necessarily hip hop, but it's Music Soul Child. Is that close enough?
Let's allow it.
That man, like that whole record when I was younger.
Which one, the first one or the second one?
I think it's his second record, the one where the girl next door.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that whole joint was hot. That whole
was my
record was
joint.
bonkers.
Oh yeah, Common's The Light.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
gonna say. That's
Yeah.
my pick right there.
yeah. Common's
Light.
Light. Pharoah Monch and Dilla had a great joint called Love. What else?
Yeah,
What
the
else?
tunes abound on this one.
Miss Fat Booty.
Yeah,
Yo, that is a heck of a love song, dude. That's a heck of a breakup joint
Oh,
too.
how about My Automobile?
NWA.
Genius, definitely
Really?
NWA, yes.
Yeah. The Light would definitely be my pick up there. I think Common like really kind of rocked it in terms of like taking the form and like really pushing the poetry on that you're going like, wow, this is some serious real lyric stuff on there. He
had another joint called "Come Close" that was on Electric Circus.
Yeah.
With Mary J. Blige. Yeah.
All right. If you want a good hip hop love song, put Mary J on it, I guess.
Yeah,
Pretty much, dude.
But The Light has lines like, "If heaven had a height, you would be that tall." Like that's the kind of thing you should put that on for your significant other and just be like, eh.
Oh, and
It'd be a good Valentine's Day.
A Honey Breeze by Mental Advisory.
Hey.
Oh.
There you go.
Forgot about that one.
I was born later, and
You and me both,
grew up
Daniel.
in the 90s, and
Uh-oh.
I don't know, just something about My Boo, Usher and Alicia Keys. I don't know.
See,
You know what? I was
I know
thinking of a different song.
I know exactly
Michael.
what you were thinking about. The same joint.
Yo, and the thing is that song is also one of my favorites.
Yeah, dude.
And
that's
not
a
just because I
great
know,
record.
not just because I know what he lead singer.
That's such a great record. And I don't know if you were to look in my music collection at everything that I've ever had. There's no way you would think, yeah, he messes with my boo. That's his joint. That record is so great. Dude.
Yo.
That record's so fantastic.
Which one are we talking about now?
The one that they were doing the Whack Harlem Shake videos to.
Yeah.
I dream of you.
Yeah.
I want be your lady, baby. If your game is strong, give me a call, boo. Yo, that record's
Yo.
so
Yeah.
dope,
That's
and I
really
have
good.
no idea why.
That's really good.
No clue, but it's so much fun.
Yo,
Oh, hey.
yo, we should get her on the show.
Or Sweet Pea is now following. Welcome, or Sweet Pea.
We're about to follow you back. Here we go. That's right.
Welcome, Sweet Pea.
Indeed.
Yeah, but My Boo was the bomb. But
Such
that's
a great
also
record.
that thing is that was around the same time as Shorty Swing My Way.
Yeah. I remember that one too. No, my boo was that joint.
Okay.
Cause that record's so hot.
Consider Just a Friend to be a love song?
Oh.
Yes, very much so.
Love
Yeah.
song.
Very much
Pop
so.
love song, yeah.
That girl broke his heart.
Of
Yeah.
course, LL Cool J, I Need Love.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I never liked that song, dude.
Slick Rick, Teenage Love.
It's probably because LL Cool
Didn't really
J
like that one
doesn't
either.
need love. He has plenty.
Round the
Aw.
Way Girl was a much better
Round
yeah,
the Way
than I Need Love.
Girl.
That was my
Oh.
Thing is, once he transformed himself into Uncle L, really, he made a whole lot of love songs. Like
Yeah,
Hey
he really
Love,
did.
Hey Love.
Hey Love was hot though.
Yeah, that one was
That was hot.
That was,
That
a
was with
banger.
Boys the Men. That joint was dope.
Yo,
Who do you love? Oh wait, was it which one was it? Who do you love?
Yeah.
Are you sure? With Total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good tune too.
Yo, I love that girl from Total so much. Because she
And
was
then,
always just trying to get in the video. She just like the screen would be over here and she would just
the little short one that would always
yes.
kind of
Yeah, dude. Always.
She would do the bankhead bounce just to get up in the
always
camera.
do the video. Dog. I loved her so much.
Then the Loonies did their own cover of it, but I can't say the title of the song without cussing.
There's
We got
probably
you,
a lot
Larry.
of songs we can't say the title of
It was a love song.
category.
Trying to think of some other ones. I just remember some R&B joints, and really that Music Soul Child record, I was just on repeat.
Wait, which one? Love?
No, it's the second one. Rand, you remember the name of it?
I have it here somewhere, but I forget what it's called. Was it the red one or the purple one? That's how I remember his records. Like it was mad,
Was he talking about
like
Girlfriend?
bright. I can't remember the name of the album though. Where is it? Hold on.
Was it
Was
Buddy?
it something?
Yeah,
Was
Buddy
it-
was on the second
Yeah.
one.
It was on there. Was it called Music Soul Child? Was something?
No, that's Marvin Gaye. I can't see it from here.
If
This is going to drive me
I
crazy.
swanna see.
I just want to sing.
I just want to sing.
It was all together as one word, so
Yeah.
you know. It was like SLEUTH last week. You had to look at it for a few minutes and be like, "Oh, that's what that says." Okay, now I get it. Now I understand.
The record I think I'm talking about is was it Just Listen? No, I Just Want to Sing. It was
Yeah, I just want to sing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great record.
so, if we're crossing into R&B, what about SWV's Week?
Oh yeah.
I see your weak and I raise you rain.
Yo, by the way,
Rain was my
Gretchen
joint.
Parlato did an incredible cover of that Weak song. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original, but man, she killed it on doing a cover of it.
Who?
Gretchen Parlato, she's in the jazz realm of things. She hangs out with a lot of the newer jazz cats that are around.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
she
when they
kills
did
it
that-
on that.
They did their BET Unplugged session, you would have really gotten to that one.
Oh yeah, they did BET Unplugged.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry. There's a BET Unplugged?
You know they're all owned by the same company, right?
No, what? So is that like Erykah Badu was on that, wasn't she?
No, hers was on MTV.
Okay.
Well, no, BET used to do this thing. I don't know if it was just called Unplugged. It was something to the effect of Unplugged, but it was like same situation. But I know when Jade did it, they pretty much tore the house down. When they did their rendition of "Don't Ask My Neighbor,"
Yeah.
bruh.
Well, we got Something Real from Lillian in Chicago suggesting Dolly
Yeah,
with Something
something-
Real in the Twitch chat. That is a great one.
You.
That is a
Oh.
great one.
Mhm.
And on YouTube, I'm Real, the J Lo and Ja Rule song is suggested by Tracy Atkins on the YouTube channel.
Another
Yeah.
great one. Abby's in here, so Abby,
Yeah.
favorite hip hop
Wait,
love song.
no. Danjo wants to give an introduction,
We
Pharaoh.
don't have to do an introduction. Favorite
Wait.
hip hop song is definitely the way to go.
Yeah,
But,
favorite hip-hop love
Hip hop
song.
love
But,
song. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking for like a bio. Not too much to go on.
Wait, let's wait until Abby actually has a audio.
No,
Oh yeah, Sweet
Pharaoh.
Pea says,
It's fine.
"You got me" from the Roots and Erykah.
Ooh,
Y'all just
Yes.
tell me if you want me to tell you my favorite hip hop song, or if you want me to wait.
What was their favorite hip hop love song?
Yeah,
Oh.
hip hop love song. Do you have one ready or
No,
should I
off
read
the
it?
top of my head. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Beastie Boys, and I also I'm a really big fan of Busta Rhymes too. So that's in terms of like my hip hop favorites. Listen, I watched a lot of early aughts MTV, so
Yes.
a lot of Busta Rhymes. But that's
Yes.
a love song. Like "Touch It" is not a love song, but I dig that song.
Yo,
Well,
but it's hot
It-
though.
It's kind of a love song.
But it's a banger though.
It is a banger.
Actually,
All right,
the one he did with Janet Jackson.
Oh yeah. If
I
you
don't
really give it to me, I give it to you.
Yeah.
I know what you want. I know I got it.
No, that's
Yo,
not. That wasn't Janet
that-
Jackson. That was that was the with Mariah Carey.
Oh, that was the Mariah Carey, John.
Yeah, but that one too.
That one was a great one. I love
That was the
one.
one
Yeah,
he
that
did
was
was the one he did with Janet Jackson was like gonna make your body scream.
Oh yeah.
That one.
What's that video that Sierra did that originally got banned from MTV and BET, and they played it the other day, and it's a throwback, but it's like a club song, but there's like romantic elements.
Sounds like it had to be if you got banned.
Well, no, it was her in that iconic, like her midriff was bare, and she was wearing like tiny little shorts, and
I
that's
think it
why
was
they banned it.
Ride, I think.
Was it Ride?
Yes.
For a second, I wanted to say, was it 1-2 Step? Because she was showing off her midriff in that one too.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a vague description, but I do like Ride a lot. And I remember it kind of had a moment on Twitter last week because somebody had reshared it, and they were like, "Do y'all remember when this banned?" Because at the time it was like, "Ooh, lewd" or whatever.
Wait, what was this?
I'll read this. The clip highlights CC's signature hip swiveling moves, midriff bearing tops, and tight pants.
Wait,
The
fast
ATL
forward.
songstress also straddles a mechanical bull in a sopping wet white t-shirt and vamps it up. Somebody wrote that. Vamps it up in a black cutout swimsuit draped in a chunky fur.
Said,
Definitely. From the description alone, I'm just like, oh, that needs to be banned.
10 years later, fast forward, WAP.
There we go. But
worship and praise. Wait. Oh, you're talking about a different one. My bad.
Anyway, what's up, Abby Lee?
Wings and
Welcome
pizza.
to being here. You
let
are
us
here.
introduce everybody to our amazing guest tonight.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
Very glad to be here. Thank y'all for having me. You guys know I'm a fan of you. I try to include you in my bluegrass stories as much as possible. Mostly, I think, out of spite against the other parts of the bluegrass industry. So
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, Spike.
I am so proud to count you as a fan because your writing is so great. And this recent article in the New York Times was like just so spot on. And I was like, I know Abby Lee. She's a fan. I was like doing laps. And and it's mutual too, because I am such a fan. And I would say that there's an article that I would refer anybody to if they want to know like why is Gangstagrass important, or like why should Gangstagrass matter. Like I would point to one article by Abby Lee Hood that ran in Vice that like nailed it and was just such a perfect encapsulation of what we're doing that just blew me away to have that written down as well as you captured it.
Well, you guys were very generous with your time. I mean, I've interviewed multiple band members multiple times. And for that Vice article, I felt really lucky because that was my first byline in Vice. It was also right after I had left my full-time job in the bluegrass industry. So I was looking for a way to express sort of like pent-up emotions that I had about the bluegrass industry. And this was a problem that I had noticed. So I pitched this device. I was glad they took it. Justin Hiltner is also interviewed, as is Rihanna Giddens.
Yeah.
Both of them are obviously incredible musicians who have their own sort of experiences being in various marginalized groups in the industry. So I really was proud of that piece. And I think it still, resonates, even though it was almost a year ago, I guess, coming up on a year. So.
Yeah.
Now, Danjo, before we get into it too much, you have a wonderful introduction for us.
I don't have shit, man. I'm sorry. No, legit, I don't.
We had this whole discussion earlier about how it'd be really cool to like formally introduce our guests. So
No, I mean, I think Wrench really nailed it. I was just gonna kind of mention, just our general interaction by way of context, who you are, and but really, yeah, I mean, I think your writing really stands on its own. in addition to the Vice article, you later talked to us, or might have just been me, for a nifty little no depression article that was more focused on just like what we've been doing. We musicians in general have been doing in the pandemic times, and I really talked a lot about exactly this here, what we're doing in on Twitch and with our live streams. So that was a great opportunity to talk about that. But then the most recent, very exciting piece of writing is on the New York Times, which it's a really cool article, and I say that because I clicked on it, just sort of scanning down, not knowing anything about it, not knowing who wrote it, right? Not knowing who wrote it. I'm just like, and the name of the article, I want to get this right because I got it wrong before. I typed in, like, I Googled, like, what it means to be a redneck or something, and it was like, no, it's called The Real Meaning of Hillbilly. And I'm just looking at this like, oh, somebody's going to tell me the real meaning of hillbilly. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm going to read this article angry, And I click it, and it said, and who's telling me this? And it's Abby Lee Hood, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I know who that is. And it turns out to be a great article. It's a great article. It's a great read. I recommend everybody read it if you haven't already, which maybe you have. But it's very cool. It's very personal to you. But I just feel like it's a really appropriate thing to have written for this time. So.
And
Thanks
we're all
writing it. And
we're all
congratulations
excited
on getting it into the Times.
Yeah.
Well, thank
That's
you.
pretty dope.
I never expected that I would be in the New York Times. It's kind of been like the, like the big bad that you go for as a journalist. And I've kind of been jealous of my journo friends who have already had bylines there. And to me, it means a lot that not only am I at least among the 4 or 5 openly non-binary writers that have ever been published in the New York Times, but also that it was about this, that this got to be my like foray into the big national publication, because man, I talk about this a lot, but like I grew up in a trailer in my grandma's yard. Like I didn't think that anybody would listen to anything I have to say, but there have been some experiences that have really changed my life, like learning about Blair Mountain, and in general, learning how working class people, including musicians like yourselves, and including the message that you guys, the message at least that I take away from your music is about coming together, even though people have diverse backgrounds. And that was really the point of this essay, The Real Meaning of Hillbilly. It's a reminder that, at one point in time, rednecks were progressive, and to have an integrated army in 1921 was a big deal. And that was why I really wanted to talk about those points, because I think sometimes we forget that we have more in common than we, have apart or are different.
Say word.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably a good opportunity to talk a little bit just about the word redneck, since its origin is really relevant to exactly what you're talking about.
Sure. I mean, I say that there's a couple of simultaneous or more than one origination of the word redneck, or it's been used by different people in different periods of time. The essay, this New York Times essay, talks about the version of redneck and sort of one of the original places it came from in the West Virginia coal mines, because the miners, when they were on strike, would wear red bandanas. And so that's where the word redneck came from. You do also hear it used to talk about working class people who would have had like sunburnt necks. That's also one way that people used it, but the real origin was the red bandanas. And at one point in time, being a redneck was a crime in Logan County. Not redneck activity, not protestation, like literally being classified as a redneck. According to the historians that I've talked to, it was illegal, it was a crime. And one thing that really struck me was that these rednecks held up cafeteria workers, coal company cafeteria workers, at gunpoint. And again, this would have been in the early 1920s when segregation was still in place and practiced in all of these coal mining towns, which they all lived in. So if you don't know about coal miners, they all had to live on company property in the company town. their money was, they were not paid in US dollars. They were paid in coal company script that was worthless outside of town. So anyway, they were also segregated, and they held these cafeteria workers at gunpoint and said, if you don't serve us all in the same room, we'll kill you. And that just really, that stuck out to me as an example of rednecks who were fed up and realized that their strength lied in, you know, unification and not, I mean, it's not to say that they were holding hands and singing Kumbaya, but at one point in time, rednecks were able to put aside their differences for the greater good, and that has really stuck with me.
Right, because they kind of had to. Reading that part of your essay reminded me about a visit that we made to the coal mining museum in Kentucky, and going into, they actually have like a ride where you go into the coal mine, and you, I forget what it was, portal 31.
31.
Yeah.
Portal 31, you go into the mine in this ride. It's got animatronics and everything. But one of the things that it talked about that was really fascinating was the fact that the coal companies, that was overcome, and they created these like multiracial, multicultural bonds to fight for each other.
But I like that like that's the way you describe it is kind of like the dark side of diversity. It was just like we can use diversity for evil purposes. Like if they don't speak the same language, okay, then that's they're not gonna work together. But as you say, Delio, then they have kids and they overcome that. And it's so interesting to me thinking about like sort of this common element about rednecks, and then maybe you can tie it to like later activists, like black activists. There's this element of being sort of culturally discredited, right? Because you have this idea looking at, for instance, rednecks of like, okay, you're uncultured or you're backwards or you're, and then this reality of actually being progressive activists. It feels like one of the weapons used against them is to sort of culturally, make them, criminalize them, and then also just sort of, like pit the representation against them, which then you think about, it's like that same exact thing happens to black activists later in the 20th century, right? The idea of a group like, I don't know, the Black Panthers or something, where, if one of the weapons against them is to characterize them as criminal or violent or any other thing.
Just to speak to that